Today we're here at Front Range Community College's Larimer County campus doing interviews in exchange for crumble cookies.
Okay. Is this on? Mic is on?
Yeah?
We good to go? Alright, my name is Morgan. What's your name?
I'm Jordan.
I am Nick.
I'm Oliver Embry.
Cyrus Hine. I'm Kim. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And what do you study?
I am studying optics.
Biology.
I'm studying zoology with a focus in aquatic biology.
Are you voting in this election?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, I am voting.
I am, yes.
Why are you voting? Like, why is it important to you?
Well, to be completely honest, I really don't want Trump to be president.
To hopefully get the idiot away from office. To keep the idiot away from office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Do you have a lot of friends who are also voting, or do you feel like the majority of young people aren't voting?
Most of my friends are queer youth, so most of them are voting, the ones that are old enough to vote. I run the Sexuality and Gender Alliance here, so pretty much everyone in that group, we are telling them, please go vote, and it seems like most of them who can are. Yeah.
So there's like a community and like awareness. Yeah.
Anyone but him, so I'm going to be voting for Kim.
Everybody should vote. Always.
What are like the issues that are motivating you?
You know, a couple Colorado ballot propositions that are important to me. The abortion one, I think it's 79.
So for me, it's reproductive justice. It's climate advocacy as well.
Changing the Colorado Constitution to remove the marriages between a man and a woman thing. Those are both very important to me.
Various forms of equal rights, whether that be queer rights or like women's rights or that sort of thing.
Just like in a general sense, I do believe that rights are for people, not individuals, and so I feel like a lot of the way that our government works right now is not really for the people, if you know what I mean. Like a lot of people still have restrictions when it comes to their rights. For instance, women, trans people, LGBTQ+, anything like that.
Abortion rights, being a woman, of course.
And then ultimately just whatever happens to be being debated at the time and where my personal sense of ethics leads me the most strongly.
You know, I was just over there looking at one of my classmates' poster boards, and it was about abortion rights. And I mean, the fact that we still have to argue about whether abortion should be a right or not is definitely a problem, in my opinion. I know that some people may have different opinions about that, and that's totally fine. But that's something that I would say that I'd like to see change in this country.
Wanting to defend abortion, try and keep that.
Stuff regarding our criminal justice system as well are like the main ones for me this year.
And then, of course, presidential election, too. Yeah.
Did you watch the debates?
I did watch the debates.
I did watch the debates.
Yeah, I watched all the debates with Vice President and otherwise.
Were there any moments that like stuck out for you?
Yeah, I mean, during the first one, while Joe Biden was still running, when they devolved into talking about golf, that gave me a real good feeling about the state of our current political cabinet.
Okay.
Part of them. The presidential debate was interesting. I was shocked that the vice presidential debate actually was respectful. Like, we haven't had one of those since like the Obama administration. But it was nice to see them actually like agree and not try to tear each other apart.
So you are in this women's studies class, the sociology department. What are some things that you have learned this semester as in relation to voting and politics and just how you view politics in general?
You know, I think I've learned a lot of history that I didn't know.
Coming to understand how difficult just simply existing can be for some people, because a lot of people don't like them or don't want them to have rights or so on and so forth. That was pretty upsetting, and I would say the more that I went through the class, the more frustrated I started to become. And the more I felt like this is actually something that needs action, something needs to be done about this.
A lot of, history of women voting is, something that we don't really get taught a lot about. A lot of the topics, I kind of had a base knowledge on already because it has affected me and it's something that I care a lot about. But I think being in the class definitely gives me a deeper knowledge of many things. And also, being able to be in a class where I'm around people who are also learning about these things and seeing how they interact with these things and how they interpret these things.
It's not just something that I can feel comfortable ignoring, and honestly, it's changed my opinions on a lot of things, even like close friends of mine, you know what I mean? Like, they'll say things around me, and I'll just realize that, like, wow, I actually don't agree with their opinions at all, and so I would say that it's definitely changed me a lot as a person.
Some issues, it's like, as a trans person, it's like, oh, everyone knows these basic things, and then I get into a class where it's like well-intentioned people, and it's like, oh, they don't know these things, and it's kind of like a shock moment.
And I think a lot more people should open their minds to problems like that, to understanding other people's positions in life and how it may differ from yours and be more difficult, and that's something that you should definitely be a part of, you know what I mean?
Things like, just like simple phrases like, what is cisgender? What is transgender? What is the difference between biological sex and gender? And the fluidity of those things, how many intersex people are there? Like, these are things that, in my community are very, like, we don't discuss it because everyone knows these things.
When you think about like the future of America, do you feel overly overall optimistic or pessimistic?
I would say optimistic. I would say that the pessimism is definitely creeping its way in because of the whole presidential election thing going on right now. It's like Trump really wants things to take 4 steps back, and we've pretty much made 2 steps forward. And I would say overall, kind of as things have gone on, things have definitely gotten better. People are gaining better access to rights, and people are allowed more privileges and stuff like that. I hate using the word privileges, by the way. But I would say things have generally gotten a lot better than they used to be. But there are people out there that really want things to go back to the way that they used to be. And I think that opinion is a little too strong. And that is definitely starting to concern me a little bit.
For someone who might be listening to this, what do you think is the best way to like start? Because that can seem really overwhelming. Like, where's a good place to start for people if they want to get informed?
Yeah, so voting is a habit. I've been registered to vote because in the state of Colorado, you can pre-register to vote at 16. I've been registered to vote since then. I'm 24 now. And I think there are certain people that like feel really fueled with this. And if you have that type of person in your life, ask them for the resource. And let's say like it's your first time voting and you genuinely don't know where to look to some of your local nonprofits or like orgs that you've trusted in the past, or maybe you're doing some research and are like, oh, this organization came out with a voter guide and their values and mine align. Why did they do this? Or why did they take this stance? Would be my first advice to someone if it's their first time voting and they're feeling a bit overwhelmed with what's going on. That would be my tip.
I read a lot of news. I talk to my friends and family about their stances. I try to be engaged in all of it.
So you're definitely like into politics as a thing?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I'm more into politics than most of my friends. Not as much as some, but most of them.
When you think about like the future of America, do you feel overly overall optimistic or pessimistic?
I would say optimistic. I would say that the pessimism is definitely creeping its way in because of the whole presidential election thing going on right now. It's like Trump really wants things to take 4 steps back, and we've pretty much made 2 steps forward. And I would say overall, kind of as things have gone on, things have definitely gotten better. People are gaining better access to rights, and people are allowed more privileges and stuff.
I think generally I try not to think too hard about it. Just kind of like a survival strategy, just take things as they are, one step at a time.
I feel like when you vote in a U.S. election, especially because of how powerful we are on a global scale, you're not just voting for the people in your own country, but you're voting for the benefits of everybody else. So keeping in mind foreign policy, especially when choosing a candidate or candidates to vote for, I feel is very important, especially now more than ever.
Just make sure you vote. I honestly don't care if you are voting Trump or Kamala. I just think that voting in general is very important, and I feel like too many people don't do it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for your time. Can you put your...
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sweet. I hope y'all liked it. Yeah. Take it away.
That's very good. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay. Morgan is so good at this. Okay, what is 2212?
Can I see it? Oh, can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so this is Mary Magdalene.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Well, this is St. Mary Magdalene, feminist icon in Christianity. I have tattoos of women all over my body. So I have Persephone on my leg. I have Artemis over here. I'm from Panama, so this is a traditional Panamanian dancer. So,
What if Kamala Harris promised to make golf more affordable for average Americans so that everybody could play golf? Would you be in favor of golf?
No, because it still is like the waste of space.
Can I curse? I should not.